welcome to Healthy Cooking with Shayda. I'm your host, and this is where I teach you how to make simple, healthy, delicious plant-based meals that are low salt, oil-free, and sugar-free. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to make a simple, healthy, delicious kale tofu ricotta. Super simple, super easy, and if you don't want to use kale, you certainly can switch it out and use spinach. And if you don't want to use any vegetables at all, well, frankly, you don't have to. But this filling is absolutely delicious for when you're making your lasagna, and it goes beautifully with it. But before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring that bell so that you can be notified when a new video comes out. And make sure to give us a thumbs up. And one other thing, if you could please comment on the YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I really enjoy getting your feedback and the interaction, and a lot of you guys always have some great ideas, and I just love hearing from you. So sit tight, we're going to be right back and we're going to get started. So for this recipe, you are going to need your food processor or a food processor type, something that can just blend everything really well for you guys. We're going to put in here your tofu. You want to use extra firm tofu, and I've cut it into cubes just to make it easier to put in here. You want to have it pressed out to make sure to take all the water out of it. And I'm going to show you guys what I use, and I'll put a link to it because I have it on my Amazon page, so you guys can take a look at it. This is called the Tofu Express, and it's really easy to use. You put your rinsed tofu in here, you put this on top, and then you turn the little swivel knob on top of it, and it squeezes all the water out, and it comes out beautifully so that your tofu is dry. So for this, I'm going to process this just a little bit, just to get it to break up. Now to this, oh, by the way, it's a 14-ounce block of extra firm tofu. And you want to make sure that you're buying organic, non-GMO, all of that. We're going to add some garlic powder, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. We are using a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. And when you're buying your nutritional yeast, please make sure that you're using the unfortified. We are going to use 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I've got 2 teaspoons of dried basil, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and we've also got black pepper, and that's to taste. And I've got 2 teaspoons of miso. Now the miso that I'm using is a chickpea miso, low sodium. So you want to make sure to use that. I'm not using like the red miso or anything like that. So we're going to process this just for a tad bit. Now to this mixture, you want to scrape down the sides. We are going to add our kale to it. Now the kale, I bought it frozen. You want to make sure that you defrost it. It thaws out really good. And then you want to make sure to squeeze all the water out of it. So if you have a cheesecloth, it's the best way to do it. You put this in the cheesecloth and then you just squeeze it and get all the water out of it. And like I said before, if you don't want to use kale, you certainly can use spinach. But try to get some greens in there. It's always good. Okay, now we are going to process this until it gets nice and creamy and smooth. Okay, so this is pretty well blended. And now we're going to take this and we're going to put it in our bowl. Well, you see, that didn't take long, right? So our kale tofu ricotta is ready. So what I do with this, when I want to make my lasagna, I will make this the day before. And then I'll have it ready so that when I make the lasagna, then I can just spread it on top of the noodles. So that means that the next video after this that's going to come out, I'm going to show you guys how I make my lasagna and how we put all of this together. So I want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Healthy Cooking with Shayda. Like I said, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And remember guys, it's one bite at a time, one meal at a time, and we will see you soon with our next video.